The 2021 revision of the Nintendo Switch comes with an OLED screen, and it's a looker. That alone makes this $350 hybrid gaming console the obvious choice for anybody who doesn't already have one. But despite all the things this hardware refresh does right, the unchanged internal specs and lack of significant improvements to the dock have left me ambivalent anytime I plug it in and play on a TV. And the relatively slim list of upgrades for those of us who already own a Switch also has me wondering why some of these design revisions weren't rolled out with the 2019 model. The Nintendo Switch OLED model features a larger 7-inch 720p OLED display, making it slightly bigger than the base Switch's 6.2-inch screen. But, thanks to the smaller bezels, it's nearly the same physical dimensions as the previous Switch, just 3mm longer. The Switch OLED also beefs up the built-in storage, doubling it from the tiny 32GB to a still pretty small 64GB. Don't lose your SD cards! But the crown jewel of the Switch OLED is, of course, the quality of the display itself. It's a significant upgrade compared to the original Switch and vastly improves playing in handheld mode. As disappointed as I was to hear that Nintendo decided to keep a 720p resolution in handheld mode for this revision, it's still a major step up in not only how good games look, but where it looks good while playing. No longer must we seek out dark corners to play in, or shield the screen while playing in the back seat of a car or on a plane. While not as bright as, say, the display on my iPhone 13 Pro when at maximum brightness, I can now more comfortably bring my Switch outside with me and play a few hours while kicking back on my hammock. The display hits a sweet spot that makes it more of an incentive to take this console with me wherever I go, making the Switch feel more mobile than ever and living up to the Play Anywhere promise. One catch is that, due to the extra 3mm in length, some of your original Switch's accessories may have compatibility issues. While any Joy-Cons will fit the Switch OLED, some controller grips, third-party docks or mounts, and cases may not fit. Spending roughly a week with the Switch OLED primarily in handheld mode, I could easily tell that the screen didn't just make games brighter, but also more vibrant. At peak brightness, the OLED really pulls me into the action, with tracks like Rainbow Road and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe looking a lot richer and more vivid. By comparison, when playing on the original Switch, the same course looked colorful, but dim, even when disabling auto brightness and turning it to max manually. The Switch OLED also adds an exclusive new feature in the settings menu called Console Screen Colors that increases the level of brightness and color saturation, particularly in lighter colors. Obviously, that's hard to show on video, but take my word for it, it's noticeable. It's a good thing you can toggle it off though, because it makes some games look oversaturated. Unfortunately, console screen colors only impact the Switch OLED when playing in handheld or tabletop mode, so even if you're playing docked on an OLED TV, it won't work for you. Outside of the display, my favorite improvement to the Switch OLED is easily the new Kickstand. Taking some cues from Microsoft's Surface Pro line, the Switch OLED's Kickstand is a lot firmer and more flexible.